A daemon is a lesser deity or a guiding spirit, such as those of ancient Greek religion and mythology, and those found in later Hellenistic religion and philosophy. And daemons were also conceived by the ancient Greeks as the souls of men that acted as a tutelary deity. Now, in respect to Socrates here, and Plato's Apology, Socrates claims to have a daemonian, which is another Greek term which just translates as divine something. And this daemonian or daemon, or however we want to put it, frequently warned Socrates in the form of a voice against mistakes, but it never told him what to do. So that was just a brief caveat that I wanted to put out there before I read the rest of the passage, just to give the viewers an understanding of what a daemon is, because of course it's not your everyday type of term. Maybe we might grasp similar concepts within our own culture, or such as our conscience or something, or our voice of reason. This part of us which seems to know what's right, if we want to put it that way. It's the same sort of phenomenon here manifesting for Socrates. So I'll continue on. So, at all previous times, my familiar prophetic power, my spiritual manifestation, frequently opposed me, even in small matters, when I was about to do something wrong. But now that, as you can see for yourselves, I was faced with what one might think and what is generally thought to be the worst of evils, my divine sign has not opposed me, either when I left home at dawn or when I came into court, or at any time that I was about to say something during my speech. Yet in other talks, it often held me back in the middle of my speaking. But now it has opposed no word or deed of mine. What do I think is the reason for this? I will tell you. What has happened to me may well be a good thing, and those of us who believe death to be an evil are certainly mistaken. I have convincing proof of this, for it is impossible that my familiar sign did not oppose me if I was not about to do what was right. In this passage, I think Socrates' daemon here is instructing him that death is a good thing. In modern terms, we might say Socrates' conscience or his reason is instructing him that death is a good thing. Philosophers would seem to agree to this view, Montaigne among one of them, who claimed that there's nothing evil in life for the man who has thoroughly grasped the fact that to be deprived of life is not an evil. And so the question that has come up for me is, how might death be a good thing? And I'll just leave it at that. I don't have an immediate answer, although maybe something is brooding upstairs in my attic that demands attending to. So I'm curious, Brian, if you have any of your own reflections and insights here regarding what I've gone over, or even just the question of how might death be a good thing. So what do you got?
I'm going to stick with just sort of what Epicurus might say about this. He seems to be a bit more agnostic on this front, so I don't think he would really say that it's a good or a bad thing. He would just simply say that we can't know. We can't know whether or not it's a good or bad thing, simply because anything that's good or bad or evil or whatever, it only happens within our sensory experience. So once we're dead, that's it, by definition for Epicurus, it means it's an end to our sensory life. So yeah, he would just sort of, you would kind of reject or push back on this a bit. I think everyone's intuition is to maybe push back on that one a bit, like that death is a good thing. I think it's, instinctually not a good thing for us, but I can still see where Socrates is coming from, especially in his situation, what he's dying for. I think if you find yourself in a circumstance like this, that's, at the core of your morality or at the core of your ethical being, if it means dying for those principles, I think a lot of people would have this attitude.